Hello everyone, it's Zara back again with Q&A about the law of attraction and its application to our lives. The question today was contributed by Sarthak Arya and the question is about past life regression. I'm here to tell you that there are two big myths about past life regression that I hope I can help you understand here today so that you can use this powerful process to your advantage. And before I get into it, I want you to understand a couple of basic things about the life that we live on earth and what happens to all those memories and thoughts and experiences once you make your transition back into source. Past life regression is an important way for us to obtain guidance from the universe about the things that are creating resistance or blockages in our lives today and preventing us from moving forward. So, from that point of view, past life regression is a useful tool. However, there are two problems with the way we are being taught this important tool by a lot of teachers out there. And I'm here to bust those two myths and really bring it home in a manner that fits in with everything else that we know about the way the universe operates. So let's get started. Past life regression is an extremely useful technique in helping us get guidance from the universe. Before I tell you how that guidance works, let's first understand what happens to the information about lives that have been lived on planet Earth by humans. Here's what I want you to know. Source is like the ocean. Each one of us is like a drop from the ocean, or a better way to say it is each one of us is a wave that travels from the ocean to the beach. Every wave is different, has a different lifespan measured by the distance it travels on the beach, and every wave recedes back into the ocean, just like we recede back into source. All the waves are connected to each other through the ocean because all waves remain connected to the ocean. You don't see a wave that's running around on its own, having lost its connection to the ocean. So, what happens when a wave runs its course and goes back into the ocean is that you cannot then separate that wave from the rest of the ocean. You can't get it back. And so each one of us is an extension of source, just like that wave. And each one of us recedes back into the ocean. Once we become part of source, we make our transition into non-physical. Everything that we have lived, all our memories, become part of the collective memory. Once we recede back into source, you cannot separate your life from anyone else's because they are all lives that have been lived by the universe, by that which we call source, by the ocean, because it's the same energy that is running through each and every individual. There's no separation. So, here's what I know to be true about past life regression. It is a fantastic way to obtain guidance from the universe, and that's it. What you see in past life regression hypnosis is not necessarily a life that you lived. It is a life that Source lived, and Source is sending you that visual in order to guide you about what you need to change, which is similar to something that Source has lived before, and you are going through a similar issue. So watching this visual, this movie, can help you to identify your blockages so that you can remove them from your path and make progress towards the things that you want. And that's really all there is to it. So, there is value in that guidance. It's guidance that you're receiving from Source. It's not necessarily your life that you're watching. It is a life that Source has lived. We use past life regression to get guidance from the universe. There's no such thing as you having lived a past life, and that's just your past life. They are all past lives that the Source of all things, of all of us, has lived. And Source will select that visual that Source wants you to see in order to help you on your journey. So I'm going to keep it brief. That's all I have to say to you about this. So the biggest myth, there are two really big myths about past life regression. Number one, that the visual that you're seeing is something that you have lived. No, the visual that you see is a life that Source has experienced through someone who had a physical presence. That's number one. Number two, the second myth about past life regression is that past life regression shows you those lessons that you need to learn in life, and that you will keep repeating those mistakes until you learn a lesson. There are no lessons to be learned here, and every time you make your transition, you start fresh. You don't carry forward anything. You are born with perfect knowledge of how to live life. Now you can end up creating similar blockages to blockages that other people, when they were physical, have lived. But there are no lessons to be learned because we arrive in perfect alignment with Source. And we have the knowledge to maintain that alignment. The main thing is to fit it all together. The main thing is to not forget the basics. You create limitations by forgetting the basics. And the basics are, we all come from Source and return to it. And when we return to it, you cannot separate a drop of water from the ocean. And you cannot know that the drop of water that you're separating from the ocean is exactly the same drop that you had before. That's law of attraction. True understanding of law of attraction. So, Sarthak Arya, I hope that helps to answer your amazing question. Thank you again for contributing it. All those who are here, this is my hot seat, and if you have a question about the application of law of attraction to your life, please send it along. I'll be happy to look after it. Bye for now.